So the programme started August 2009, so almost 3 years ago now. And the idea of it was to basically use the brand of the football club as a way to engage men who wouldn't typically go to other health services in physical activity, other health related behaviours like stopping smoking, maybe finding out about information about cancer and sexual health and mental health. So basically just doing it in like an informal environment amongst people who they like to hang out with. It's really just getting fellas involved in sport and physical activity and health who wouldn't typically otherwise get involved.
It is actually doing something for me because it's given me the confidence the way I am today to actually talk to people, to get fit and hopefully to jog 20 miles around Stanley Park.
I think the main success we've had of the programme is getting fellas who were perhaps living in homeless shelters at the time and were quite like socially isolated out of the bubble they were living in at the time, and making friends, getting new support networks, and then from that they've been able to do things like this film course, and they've been able to perhaps give up smoking where they wouldn't have beforehand, and then it's just getting them out and about and getting physically active at the same time.
The Workers' Education Association, through our SFA funding, provides a significant provision of health and wellbeing in the UK. The WA is looking at new approaches in delivering its provision and also ways in which it can increase the number of men enrolling on courses. Local primary healthcare trusts, PCTs, have been developing a number of interventions to try and tackle one of the high-risk groups, which are men not accessing health advice or services.
At first it was just to let Craig in a way, just for something to do. But then as it progressed and that, just to keep fit and see what I can get out of it, really.
Some of the fellas have been down to Liverpool John Moores University at the School of Sport and Exercise Science there, and when they've been down there they've been having their blood pressure taken, their resting heart rate. They've also had blood samples taken so we can assess their cholesterol, and then they've done a 12-week programme with us, and over the 12 weeks we've been working them really hard. They've been enjoying it, and after 12 weeks we'll take them back down to the university and they can see how their body has changed over 12 weeks of exercise.
I had a good laugh on that going down there. Got a free biscuit and that. Yeah, I've done the boxing and the circuit, like.
What was that like?
The boxing's hard work, mate. Haven't been back since.
They do football every week, circuit training in the Everton Active Family Centre, which is a gym based at Goodison Park, and also boxing as well. I think, just to add really, we found ways of getting men involved in health messages which you perhaps wouldn't have thought would be the right approach when we first began. So when we first began we thought we'll go and get fellas involved in health and activity, and we'll talk to them on match days because you've got 40,000 men at a match on match days, so that's a great opportunity to talk to them. But what we found really quickly is that fellas just wanted to come and watch the match. So we found that more sort of like subtle messages like health information on toilet stickers were really successful in getting health messages over, because it wasn't sort of stopping men and interrupting their match day experience really. It wasn't stopping them and saying, oh, don't be eating those pie and chips, but it was more like subtle information that they were reading, either toilet stickers or in say the match day programme. Things like that worked really well.
Well, I've played footy for like a few years with them, so just a circuit was last night.
A lot of them have never been involved in anything before, so turning up here, they're meeting new people, like they get on with me every week like mates, and everyone here is now just a bunch of big mates, whereas before and they probably would have walked past each other in the street, snarled each other, something like that.
Using sport as a vehicle to deliver health and wellbeing programme, we wanted to offer an educational element to the existing work that's being done. This would offer progression routes for participants who engaged in these health programmes. This would enable us to link education to health and wellbeing more strategically through our partnership work. The WA is developing a series of courses to dovetail into existing work developed by the Premier League's men's health programme, which works with football clubs.
About 8 months now. Just gets me out the house and that, and gets me a bit fitter.
It's made me a bit fitter, you know what I mean? We eat too much otherwise, but...
The funding was provided by the UK football pools over 3 years, and the funding's coming to an end soon, but it's going to be refunded by Liverpool PCT.
Before I started the programme, I couldn't actually run to actually save my life. I'd be like that, coughing my guts up, can't even walk or anything.
The boxing is just something we added on to the circuit training sessions. We used to do football and circuit training, and then we had the extra funding to add in something else. So we asked the lads who were here at the time, said what he is interested in. Most of them said boxing. So we got a boxing coach in, we got Johnny in at present. The lads all come in, they enjoy it. It's something different than a normal circuit session or a football session. So they're learning how to be a boxer as well as doing boxing fitness at the same time, so they get a lot out of it.
I've been invited along as a boxing coach to just give the lads here a taste of what actually boxers do, you know, what the sessions are. And my aim is not to plan sessions specifically like a normal boxing team would have. It's just about giving them a taste of different things, letting them enjoy it, and then having loads of variety. And it's just so that they enjoy what they're doing. It's about fun more than anything else.
That's given me more confidence to go out and do whatever, get a job even. If you feel better in yourself, then it just makes it easier, doesn't it? Healthy body, healthy mind, innit?
We're only looking at about between 10 and 15 we get, but 10 and 20 actually. But on average we get about 13, 14 people here every week. As you said, as soon as a few people heard the cameras here, they're probably out, I don't know, with the railing now watching.
I think they'll get a certain amount of cardiovascular fitness. They'll learn about, as I go through it as well, I describe and I tell them what we're doing and what it's for, so I give them ideas of what it's about. I think it gives them a sense of achievement as well, because sometimes, you know, to do this it's quite difficult, and as you've seen then, those games, they look quite easy, but they are actually physically exhausting, and, you know, and they're tiring, so it's...
Hopefully further down the line, I'd actually be more happy with myself.
They want to start up an 11-side team as well, so it's a part of that. They turn up, they get to know each other every week. There's like, as with football everywhere, you get a bit of scuffling, a bit of arguing, but that's just, it's a laugh, you know what I mean? They shake hands after the game and all that, and they're all mates again.
I think what will happen now is the programme will develop. We've had it quite structured for 3 years. At first, when the programme started 3 years ago, it was very much trial and error to see what worked, and over the past 2 years we've had quite a structure to it. But now we've got a group of guys involved who want to go on to do other things, and so we're getting some ideas now from the participants themselves about what they enjoy and also, you know, what they'd like to do in the future, and from that we can then take their ideas on board and put on other activities for them which we know they're going to want to do.
This film highlights the ongoing work Everton and the community have been doing through the Men's Health Programme. The group also participated in a WEA course, How to Make a Film, which gave them an introduction into filmmaking. The group are now looking at other WEA courses that they would like to do, which we will run in partnership with Everton and the community.
It's a little bit sentimental, and I'll try not cry. But the fellas who you know, have been involved in the programme for quite a long time, you know, they're not, to me, they're not just programme participants. They're people who I've seen like grow from strength to strength, and I consider them my friends as well. And I've really enjoyed their company over the past 2 years, and I'm hoping to stay in touch with them. But I'm going to miss them, and I just wish them all the best in the future.
I feel myself, I'm actually becoming over the moon.